Hello, and welcome to Color Commentary. I'm TJ, your average fan, and I'll be talking to you today about Paramount Plus's show Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Episode 3. And let's get into it. Spoilers! Alright, so we got ourselves another pretty self contained, streamlined episode here. It was good, but I don't really think you know, I liked it as much as I liked the other one that was very self-contained with the trial and everything else. So, look, here's what we got. We got uh, Chief Security Officer Noonien Soon, you know, doing her daily log for herself, and she was just talking about the randomness of her job day to day and stuff she had to deal with. And then they reminded me of Odo on Deep Space Nine. And I'm like, that's the most I'd heard about some security officer's job. And I kind of missed that, if I'm being honest. It was fun. I was like, okay, yeah, this would be some random crap she'd have to deal with. Especially with Pelia, whatever the hell that lady name is, that's got all these antiquities and whatnot. And she didn't live so long. She didn't. I figured I figured the shit probably belonged to her at some point, and she was just getting her stuff back. Cause I said stuff like she lived forever. Like she probably had it. It was hers. She just wanted it. And sure enough, this is a time travel episode, but just for Sing, just for her, as she get run some time traveler lands on the ship, gives her a device. She then ends up in a different timeline because of all of that, I guess, supposedly. And then he tells her to go to the bridge. She goes to the bridge. Kirk is the captain on this Enterprise, and then she had side talk with him. Then he tried to take the device from her. Then they both end up in some past timeline Earth thing. And I was like, okay, they didn't bother to give you a year on it. I was like, fine by me. Y'all not making nothing stick anyway. So I knew not to get too attached. So in that itself, I was like, okay, this is just a fun episode, but just for her, like they'll have no equipment, no way to get in contact with nobody, no allies in the whatever timeline they in. They don't know nobody, they don't know nothing. They gotta do everything on their own. They didn't have to steal clothes. Then he stole a car. And then it was like, okay. Then he did. Kirk did play chess in the park for money because they needed money. I'm like, okay, this is all just what are we doing right now? What is the mission y'all trying to stop? Okay, some bridge blew up. And I knew the bridge was going to be blown up. Why? Because they showed that bridge so many times. They showed it so many times, and I was like, this ugly bridge. Why? Yeah, good, y'all gonna blow it up. Good, good. It needs to be blown up. It's an ugly bridge. I did not like it. So yeah, in San Francisco, of course, because that's the only place on the freaking planet they can go. But no, it wasn't in San Francisco. My bad. This time they was in Toronto because filming cost and everything. So Canada blew up the bridge. They got to figure out where these pieces is going. That's when he steals the car. And then they go through the streets, and then this lady act like she, trying to figure out what's going on, and she's some kind of vlogger or whatever. So then the police let him go. I was like, so not real, so not real, so not real. And if you want me to believe it's real, then there's nothing but white privilege happening right before my eyes. And I refuse to believe that Star Trek was doing that. So I was like, this was just bad writing in this spot. Like, this is the best y'all can do to get them out this spot. Because I'm like, I was like, okay, the police car is behind their car that they're in while they're chasing the other van. The van's gonna get away. They're gonna get stopped by the police. Then what? How they gonna explain anything? So that was their way of writing them out of that. So they end up tracking down, thanks to Pelia and her antiquities and some the glowing stuff that used to be on watches. Yeah. Anyway, that's gonna lead them to where this cold fusion reactor is that they believe is the real problem. They got to stop in this timeline to fix everything. Meanwhile, her and Kirk getting closer and closer, and then eventually they kiss. And I'm like, okay, I see where that was going as well, because they brought up many times, even the doctor when she was doing her little spire training at the beginning, how lonely she was, and she needed to talk to somebody. And then for it to turn out that they had to go to some facility that was actually her family's facility from years upon hundreds of years ago. And the beginnings of Khan, he's in there. So since the lady couldn't do the things she wanted to do, she gonna do that. She gonna kill baby Khan, but he like a 9-year-old or something. And she had to have a talk with him, and she had to face the fact that she just got to move on and let go of everything from all the persecution she dealt with for being a saint. I was like, okay, I'm gonna let y'all have this so that she can move forward and interact with the rest of the characters on the ship. She got to be able to do that. So let's make that happen. So then they kill Kirk from the different timelines. So it was like I was sad for a second. Then I was like, what? It don't matter. His timeline is gone now. She fixed what's supposed to be fixed, and she did. So he was gone. She's still sad about it though because she got close to him. So now she didn't call her Kirk. He's still approachable though. That's what I liked about how they did that part. I was like, okay, he still made himself an approachable individual. Like I don't know you, you don't know me. I'm just calling about your brother and some information in this file because I'm a security officer. Blah blah. Kirk was being Kirk. Hey, yeah, no problem. Blah 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 blah. You want to know some more about my brother? Let's have drinks. I'm like, okay. And I was like, of course, Kirk's gonna kiss the girl. Of course, gonna happen, and he does. And I was like, whatever. She needs to just talk to people on the ship, to people that she around all the time. Come on, girl, open up. They ain't never treated you funny. What you afraid of? This should be the end of this. All right, so we shall see what happens on the next episode. Yeah, everything got fixed in the timeline, by the way, and everything was back to normal, and life went on. Okay, that's how that went. So we'll see what happens in the next episode, and I'll see you guys then. In the meantime, have a great day.